Welcome back here at the World Cardboarding Championship. You're live here from Dakhla Spirit Camp. I'm sitting here with Yuri Zoon and Maxime Chablot. How are you guys doing?
Very good, very good.
What about you, Yuri?
Yeah, not bad. Great. Could it be better? No, it could be better actually. But no, I think this is our fourth day, and I think yeah, we're back again. Wind is there.
Yeah.
We got some great heats coming up. We got 2 ladies heats and then the small final of the men.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a banger. So I'm looking very much forward to today. And happy to be here in the studio with you guys.
Definitely, definitely. Before we get into the action, let's have a look at the highlights from yesterday.
Welcome to day 3 of the World Kiteboarding Championships here in Dakhla, Morocco. As you can see, the wind conditions are pumping already. The aim for today is to complete round 3 for the men and round 2 for the women. So stay tuned and watch all the action. It was a close start for all 4 athletes in Heat 13 as it all came down to the final trick. Anthar Raka landed 4 solid tricks to start but then had several crashes which cost him points. Aduri had a rough start, but he fixed the situation with a big backside 317. He managed to maintain his lead and he advanced to the semifinals. Anthar Raka was set to join him.
Oh, I feel really happy just to pass to the semifinals. It was kind of really hard, but at the end I made it good, and then I just put my head down once again and I just say I have to make it now, and then now was my time, and then.
So sadly for Heat 14, it looks like Yuri Zoon has to withdraw from the competition after sustaining a knee injury. Very bad luck for our former world champion from the Netherlands. Day4 from Brazil wasted no time and landed a big KGB amongst his tricks for Heat 14. Despite crashing his last attempt, he advances to the semi-finals, joined by young Maxime Chablot from Switzerland. Valgarat maintained his good consistent riding, landing an 8.87 point Slim 7 and managed to just stay ahead of his competitors in Heat 15. Gian Maria Coccoluto from Italy joined him in advancing to the next round.
I'm just gonna give my best as always, and because I'm with really strong riders in the heat, with Carlos Mario and Arthur Gilbert and Roman Giuliano, and I'm gonna give my best, and I will see in which position I will land.
Carlos Mario landed an impressive backside 317 and a Slim 7 in Heat 16. Arthur Gilbert worked hard to keep up with him and landed 5 of his 7 trick attempts. His effort was rewarded and he joined Carlos Mario into the semifinals.
I'm in the 5th heat of women and I expect to finish first in my heat. Let's see, conditions look really good. And let's rock it!
The first women's heat of round 2 went to Pippa van Eersel from the Netherlands, who landed a powered backside 313 and an S pentablind. She took the lead and passed through to the semi-finals and was joined by Osaya Ridding from France. It was a great day for Spanish rider Rita Arnaz, who took Heat 6 by storm, performing a fantastic S pentablind, Slim 5 and a backside 313. She was clearly happy with her solid performance and she advances to the semi-finals together with Maureen Castel from France. As the good conditions continued, the decision was made to run the men's semi-finals. Adari Corniel was unstoppable for semi-final number 1, going big on each trick attempt and stomping a massive Slim 9, scoring 9.27 points. Day4 creeped up close behind him, landed several great attempts, gaining many scores in the 8s, with both riders advancing to the finals.
Super happy to compete against Seth. He's a really good rider and a Brazilian guy, and nothing, we're gonna see us in the finals.
So I'm so happy to be in the finals now, and nice hit against all these guys. They are so super good. All riding super crazy. So happy about this.
Current world champion Carlos Mario stomped an outstanding Heart Attack 7, scoring a perfect 10 with perfect execution. Maxime Chablot performed a powered Slim 7, scoring 9.43 points. Carlos Mario advances to the final together with Maxime Chablot. The competition will resume tomorrow with the women's semi-finals and the men's small final, next in sequence here at the World Kiteboarding Championships in Dakhla, Morocco.
Okay. And there we are back in beautiful Dakhla, and we are starting with the semi-final of the elite women with Maureen Castell, Pippa van Eersel, Michaeli Sol, and Francesca Bagnoli. Big names here already in this first semi-final, and the girls are on fire. So let's see which tricks are going to come in.
I think we just saw the first trick of Marina, and actually I think this is going to be a pretty interesting one. We know, I guess Michaeli Sol and Francesca Bagnoli are both the top ranked riders from last event, and I guess the favorites for maybe for this event as well. But then we do know Marine has definitely some good tricks up her sleeve, and Pippa van Eersel is the young talent in this heat, and has been training a lot in Brazil. You can actually see that they're opening a big blind just 3 already, stomps it really clean. So that's gonna be it's gonna be quite an interesting heat, and see if she's able to maybe stir it up a little bit.
Yeah, and I think just to make clear that why actually Mika and Francesca are already against each other before the finals. I think that is because we took the ranking from Turkey, and like 50% from Turkey and 50% from the year before, where Mika wasn't competing.
Yeah, so it's the sheeting that actually put Paula in first place, I think, in the sheeting.
Yeah.
And then Francesca probably in second place, and then Mika, what does he get? Maybe fourth, sixth even, yeah. So yeah, that's a good one, because and then for the next event we're gonna use, I think, even a 30-70 calculation to match the sheeting. So yeah, actually your ranking from the previous year definitely helps you in the sheeting, and so yeah, exciting first heat of the day.
Yeah, we got here immediately a question from Isaac. He's asking, when is the final? The final is gonna be tomorrow.
And Pippa just scored a 6.8 on this blind just 3.
That's a good opening score.
Yeah, definitely good really opening score.
Just saw, I think it was Michaeli just going there for a heart attack. Just dropping a little bit back on the landing. It seems like she didn't have the amount of wind that she wanted to have on that trick. Actually, the tide right now is really good. It's nice and flat. Wind's still super steady. So it's actually the best time. There we go. Trick of Michaeli. You see like quite a big splash. Just coming out, so I would say that's definitely gonna
be less than Pippa's score
for sure. Yeah,
definitely. It's good. The girls are on 9 meters, if I see it correct, and they are well powered here. It's Francesca Bagnoli coming in, right foot forward, perfect flat water here.
Mika's still got a 6.3, so that's still a decent score.
That's a decent score. Yeah, blind just 3 from
Bagnoli.
That was definitely a lot smaller than the one from Pippa. So
yeah,
we see the newcomer here, Pippa, definitely opening up very well in this heat. Let's see if she can actually maintain that throughout the heat.
Yeah, backside 3 on 3 scoring. Yeah, 6.8 is very high, I would say.
There we go. A 6, so it's 0.8 difference, which is which is
pretty
a
big
fair
for
bit.
The same trick.
Yeah.
There we see Maureen Castell going out on a core kite, going also for the backside.
Bit of a butt check there.
Yeah,
on the backside 1.
Yeah, that's actually something that happens pretty often, even with the guys. When you go for the blind judge and you just lean a bit, like too much back, and you just fall on your back, and
Okay, so next up in this heat is, if I see correct, Pippa.
Pippa, yeah, coming back in. I guess, yeah, she's just gonna wait there for Marine. Whoever, you see these riders, even though they all have to get back up, when you look at each other and you give each other way, which is a really good sportsmanship. And so Pippa here, right foot forward. I guess it would be heart attack or KGB. There we go. KGB. Just misses the bar there.
The rotation is so good, huh? It's insane.
She
really
does have a
strong
really
takeoff.
good.
Yeah.
She's a powerful rider, and she's actually one of the girls that actually she landed a double, right? The backside 315, or she's really close at it.
She hasn't landed yet, but she's just riding really powered, but I think she can really she tried to push it in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like this, and she took some big crashes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for sure I think she's gonna make it in the future.
Yeah, she's going to be a good rider.
And she is actually, I think, the only girl passing the bar like me.
Ah,
and,
yeah?
Okay.
Bebe.
Just keeping it straight.
So,
Okay. Here we have Mika coming in.
Oh, there we go.
Beautiful
Nice and
slim
clean.
there. There's so much control during the
Yeah.
trick. It doesn't look like she will like miss it. It's just like perfect.
There we go. Dad and coach Fabio on the beach, checking the scores. Both with the phone in the hand and constantly checking, updating, to see whatever she needs. Does she has to push hard or does she has to take it easy?
Yeah, and if you want to see those scores as well, go to our website worldkiteboardingchampionships.com/scoreboard, and you will see all the trick names and the scores, and also the total score. 7.5, good score there, huh?
Definitely nice.
Very good riding from Mika. Mika is riding so steady.
yeah, she's riding really good. I mean, I think now she definitely wanted to go for the S-Mob 5,
Okay.
but I think she just didn't get the right gust, and then she prefers to just go for a safe slim
Yeah.
and to just land it perfectly. I mean, it's better to make a nice slim than to force it to 5
Yeah,
and
agree
do
on
a butt
that.
check or
Jessica.
Oh,
misses the pop there.
Or did she hit the sandbank? Like you were saying like yesterday that you were more scared to hit the sandbank in the takeoff than...
I don't know. It looks like she just took off where the seagrass and the
Yeah.
yeah, where
the
they match,
sand.
where they match, yeah, like
yeah. So maybe, I mean, there was definitely something wrong with her pop.
Yeah.
I mean, you could really see
Like
that.
I reckon she's gonna take a bigger kite as well. I
Yeah,
see her
yeah, it
boyfriend
looks
Gian
like
Maria launching up the 11.
She did a little sign there.
Marie Costel, left foot forward going out. Oh, big
Oh.
heart attack one, but just going down on the landing there. And then Pipa is coming back again on our third attempt already. This one, it's going pretty quickly in this heat,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
nice to see. The action is like straight back to back. Not much time to waste, straight when the score. So actually, for the people back home, we have on our studio we have a screen. The scores will come up there, and once the score is up there, the rider knows it's their turn, so they will perform the next trick. Actually, if there is a crash, if you see a clear crash, you can go already to speed that process up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And some riders they take full advantage of that time, just
Yeah.
to relax a bit. Other riders they want to just go as quick as possible.
Oh. The board's
Big
still on.
crash there from
That really
Out
hurt.
of the board.
Out of the board.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
She
that
okay?
Oei.
She looks alright. She struggled a bit with
Ooh.
turning around, but that's gonna be.
I think only one foot came out, eh?
That is a tough one. Luckily,
Or
she's
both.
still a young rider, so they're
Yeah,
still
can
flexible.
handle those crashes.
Oh, big KGB
Oh,
there from Mika
wow.
Haley.
In the meantime.
That was massive, huh?
People seems to be alright, but in the
Yeah.
meantime, a massive KGB from Mika Haley. That's gonna be a really high score. My guess
Over
that would
9,
be
for
over
sure.
9, yeah. Maybe
And,
somewhere in
we
the
can
9.5
see
range.
We can see Francesca change to a 10 meter instead of the 9.
Yeah, that's good. And there's a quick question there from Boris before if we can explain the passing again. I think later on when we have a bit of a break between the heats, Maxime will explain the difference of how to pass the bar, how you pass it, and like for example Yuri is passing it. We got a lot of questions about that yesterday. Okay.
So actually, yeah, there we go. A 9.4 for the KGB of Mika Haley.
Yeah, great score there. It was a massive one.
That was big. She definitely has those really high scoring tricks, and I especially like the technical side is not really very outstanding. Like say like
Mhm.
KGB, most of the girls they do back to blinds and they
Yeah.
do KGBs as well. But just the way she's performing it, the
Yeah.
height she's getting in,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
travel, that is making the big difference, and that's why
Yeah.
she does get those high scores on those KGBs
Yeah.
and heart attack 5s or heart attacks. Sorry.
Yeah, there's just so much commitment in
Yeah.
throughout the whole trick. Yeah.
Yeah, and as you can see, the way she passes the bar, like way closer to the body
Mm-hmm.
than the other girls, you can see she has way more control
Yeah.
passing the bar.
And I
She's
think
more
actually
confident.
because she's doing that, she can actually. It's gonna be a lot easier for her to go towards the next step, and
Yeah.
it's doing the double passes.
Yeah.
So she has that base already very very solid and very in a good position.
There is
Francesca. There we go. Wow,
Perfect
nice.
heart
Very
attack.
clean one.
Really
Super
nice.
nice. Yeah, on a
Beautiful.
11 meter.
In front of the judges there.
That's a good move actually, like right in front of the judges, like as
Yeah.
close as you can get so they can see every single detail in the trick. And I think that's definitely going to be a good score as well. My guess would be like somewhere around, oh there we go.
8-6. Yeah,
I was going to
nice
say
one.
8-5 area, so
Yeah.
that's at the moment that's going to be enough for second place, but still a few tricks left, and so it's going to be an exciting heat.
Yeah,
I would like to see a little bit more from Pipa. She has when she goes for it, it's
Yeah.
like there's a lot of commitment, but
yeah.
those crashes are hard. And if she can actually
she's-
like manage
kinda
it, then
she's taking a lot of risks.
yeah,
And she's also like when you see her on the beach, she has a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Like she hasn't been competing for that long, so
It's a bit like
another
like how
beating.
Sech was riding before. He
Yeah.
had all the tricks and like, but just like going for it full speed, but not really
Yeah.
making the
Two girls on the beach there.
always
Almost.
scary.
Almost.
It's always scary. Actually, Pipa and Michela, they have been training together in Brazil for the last couple of weeks, and
Yeah.
also with Coach Fabio there. So they know each other very well. They know each other tricks,
Mhm.
the good points, the bad points, where you can take each
Yeah,
other,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
what do you have to do to defeat each other, which is nice to see. But then in the end, they're on the beach. They're still friends from each other. I think really good friends actually.
Yeah. So we are in semi-final number 1 from the elite women. This is the World Kiteboarding Championships live from Dakhla Spirit Camp, and I'm sitting here with Maxime Chablot and Yuri Zoon, and I'm Bas Kolen. And it's an exciting heat. It's up for Pippa, the Dutch rider on the duotone kite. She had a very strong start with the backside 3-on-3, 6.8, and then 2 crashes. So let's see what she's going to perform for us now. She's setting up for her 4th trick attempt. What's an important one? So
Yeah.
Maxime, what do you reckon she's going to pull off? What does she need to
Well,
get back in the game?
she crashed the KGB and she crashed the heart attack, so that's
Yeah.
probably not that good for her nerves. But I think she's gonna go again for either one of them. I
Yeah.
mean, because these are really the tricks she has.
On the right side, yeah.
On the
Uh,
right
I
side,
don't think-
pretty solid.
Don't think she has many more tricks to the right.
So I think Fabio asks her to do KGB, but maybe she feels a bit more confident on the heart attack. We'll see in a minute. Yeah, heart attack.
Oh,
Ah.
again.
Oh, really unfortunately.
I think that really happens. She gets a little bit of over rotation, and I think
Mhm.
that's happening because of that kite position is just a bit too high.
Okay.
My guess is if she would keep that lower, like the one Francesca did, her rotation is going to be a little bit easier for herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she also grabbed the bar a bit on the side, and this definitely affects your rotation as well. I mean, if you grab your bar in the middle all the time, you have way more kite control, and your kite's not gonna
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
something you don't want.
So next up is Michaeli back mob.
Back
Oh
Man,
wow,
Very nice.
So
Mob.
nice performed, huh?
well done. And now she's in the right side of the box. You can see already that she's staying upwind there.
Yeah.
Actually, Maxime, like we're both actually in our heat yesterday. We said, okay, we gotta stay upwind of the box. That's where the wind is. You don't want to get into the downwind part of the box.
Yeah.
Because we have a
8.9 there. Whoa.
because we have a dune right behind the judge tower, and this makes the wind like
makes a big
Yeah.
difference. So you definitely want to stay in the upwind part of the box. And also, you don't want to end up kind of. I saw a lot of riders yesterday really going downwind so far. You don't want to end up actually like stressing out because you're like, oh, I might end up outside of the
Yeah.
box. Even though our box is pretty virtual, you know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
We have with the new system, we're pretty open where to jump because the judges are focused on you all the time. Our live stream, they can handle very far.
Yeah.
So, but in the end, there is a limit of
Mhm.
being able to see it as well. And of course, the closer you can do it in front of the judges, the better it
Yeah.
is. The more detail to see. If you add a grab to it, where is the grab exactly? How hard is the grab, for example? All those details, they could matter and they could cost you a win or a loss because
Mhm.
adding a grab could easily add
Yeah, definitely.
0.304 on your
Yeah.
score, something like that.
yeah, and
So
on a heat like me against Antar
Exactly.
yesterday, this
Could have been the difference.
this made the difference.
Yeah. By winning or losing. And if you then you perform your trick all the way out, judges are simply not able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the judges also have the live stream, so I think that's also helping them.
Yeah.
And they have the replay; they can watch it again. And in Turkey, there was one situation where, like, you can grab your chicken loop, but if you
Mhm.
grab your leash, it's a crash because your leash is not the part of your bar.
Yeah.
So, but you sometimes you can't really see because.
It's so close
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And they really watched the replay again, and they saw that it was the leash, and so
Yeah. And actually,
was a crash.
they said it was a crash, but the rider said no, it was landed because I grabbed the chicken loop, and that's when they watched the replay, and the judges were right. So
Yeah.
it was a crash. So even for a rider, sometimes because you're in the heat of the moment, like the
Yeah,
adrenaline,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know everything is there, the tension. You're like, oh, I got it, and
Yeah.
then in the end, luckily with the replay, then that it's clear as well, and then you can actually, you can say, yeah, you guys were right. It's done deal. So Marine Costel there just landing the heart attack one, if I saw correctly. So that's definitely gonna put her up on the score list a little bit more. What was it? There, Pipa, Hinterberger,
Just making it.
just making it.
Yeah, Pippa has basically used all her jokers now. I
Yeah.
mean, she has 3 crashes.
She has to land every
so she
single
has
trick
to land every
right
single
now
trick.
too.
What is possible for her, definitely.
It
Yeah.
is, and she has good and powerful tricks to add those scores to her list. And actually,
Definitely.
I'm not sure she's still able to get in first place. It could be possible, but I doubt it because
Yeah.
that 9-4 is such a high score,
Yeah.
and then an 8-9 as well.
Yeah, it's
So
insane.
yeah, but it is possible. Although with this Hinterberger trick, it's not going to score. I don't think it's going to score in the 8 range. But definitely that second place it's there for her,
Yeah.
and she could take advantage of that. I
So I think Mika now looks like she wanted to trick on her left.
Yeah.
So I think to improve the heart attack, she's gonna do
Double?
heart attack.
Double
Yeah.
tap, yeah.
You're saying it with a smile here, Maxime. Is that one of your favorite tricks of her?
I haven't seen her doing it a lot. I think the one from the comp the other day was the first one I saw her really
Proper one.
proper one.
Mhm.
And but yeah, I mean it looks really nice. I mean even I'm not a big fan of double heart attack. I think it's just too much spinning and
Yeah.
so. But the way she does it, it looks really nice. There's a lot of control in it.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't spin like that fast.
And she's
So
the only one actually, yeah, I think
Yeah.
in the girls who's doing it.
So let's see if she's gonna do it now.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Boom.
nice.
Sick one.
That was good.
Yeah,
Kai
that was
position
good.
was good as well.
Yeah,
like
very good.
going down towards the end. Already started in a good position, and then from there on it went down, and that's something the judges definitely like to see, of course.
Yeah,
9-7-3.
9.73.
That's
I
sick.
think this just wasn't a 10 because you just saw a little splash.
A
On the
little
landing,
splash, yeah.
and I mean, as soon as you see a little splash on the landing,
Yeah,
it can be a 10.
Can be
No,
a 10
no,
now.
no.
Because a 10 is just
I agree.
perfection.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like the other ones he landed the other day
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
perfect.
yeah. But still, I mean, 9.73 is
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
a solid trick.
So 5.9 there for Pipa. Oh no, 6 for the
6.
Hinterberger Mope.
Yeah.
5.9
So
for the
now-
Esmond to blind.
Now
From Maureen.
slim from Francesca. That was a bit of a crash of butt check as well in the end. So my guess is that would not be her highest score, I would say. So it's still fairly open for those
In
3
second
girls
place,
to
yeah.
to get into second place. They're all pretty close to each other. All have some crashes, some landings, so it's fairly open. And yeah, Michaeli is just in a solid lead, and I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna be able to top that off.
I don't know if she feels confident jumping to the left, to the right. Sorry now, but she was talking about doing the double Hinterberger Mope
Oh, nice.
Whoa,
as well. So
good Hinterberger Mope there
we'll
from
see if
Maureen.
we see that
So on which side she should normally perform that one? The double Hinterberger Mope?
coming in. So
the right.
To the right.
Okay.
Right foot forward. So Maureen there getting a step closer again to that second place. And I think those 3 girls are all 3 aiming for that second place right now, because that
Yeah.
second one, first and second, will put you in the final.
Yeah.
It will only depends your sheeting in the final. 677, so just not enough for second place.
Mhm.
Getting one step closer with some attempts left. She has actually 1 attempt left, and then she only needs a 4.57 if it stays like that. So she is in close range. I do have to say Francesca only has she has 4 tricks counting, and one of those is a 1.23. So that's a
Yeah.
very low score. Easy for her to up that score, and then she's definitely gonna walk out and take a bigger lead.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But still, like the underdog, Maureen Castel, she has like 4 proper tricks in. So I think she looks like not really getting in the game here, but still, I think there's still a big possibility because she's riding so steady.
Yeah, definitely.
But let's see what Pipa is gonna pull off.
I guess
Yeah,
like
she's definitely taking her time there.
Yeah.
I mean, she has to land.
I
those
guess
last
that's
2
either one
tricks.
of the 2 is gonna be most likely Heart Attack or KGB.
Mhm.
Right foot forward. Can see down the backside 3 already. There we go, KGB. Oh,
Shit.
my kite went straight up
Yeah,
and just put it straight off balance.
Yeah, I think that's it, for Pipa, I would say.
Yeah.
yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, because the other girls, they have 3 tricks already,
Yeah.
or 4 tricks, and she's only able to get 3 tricks.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's not gonna be enough for her.
So
to
I'm
get,
curious what Mika is gonna show now.
So she's making her way out. That means she's gonna trick making her way in.
So that could be
So
that.
that could be that
So
double
that
one.
could be that
Where you
double
said.
Hinterberger Mope. 5.
5. Whoa, that would be very sick to see. Okay, if you're just tuning in, this is the World Kiteboarding Championships live from Dakhla Spirit Camp, and you're watching the semi-finals, the first one here from the elite women, and yeah, you're tuning in at the right moment. This is the last part of this heat. Very exciting. We're waiting for the 6th trick attempt from Michaeli Sol, who is currently leading with a total score of 35.56. And as Maxime said before, she's probably going to pull off a double Hinterberger Mope 5. So let's see. Not finding the right place there to take off.
Yeah, it's hard to trick. I don't know, Yuri. Did you? I mean, we had pretty much these conditions, I think. And what did you prefer, jumping to the left or to the right?
I would say to the left, my guess. Yeah, to the right, especially when you're coming in pretty close to the beach. There's this tiny little chops, and then you cannot really cut your board in between. I would say you kind of like cutting on top of the chops, which sometimes it made it hard to get your pop the right way. Double Hindenburg.
Oh.
Almost a nice front
Almost.
edge there.
So yeah, I would say to the left is a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Like, I pretty much always say this is pretty much the worst chop because it's just the size to be annoying.
Yeah.
But just not big enough to like take the wave as a kicker or jump in between.
Big 3-1-3 there.
Very
Smart
nice.
one there from
Very
Francesca.
smart.
She's like replacing that S band.
What does Maureen needs? Well, for now, but
She probably needs 8. No.
yeah.
5-8 there from Francesca. So that will give her total score a big push up. Probably in 24 something. Okay, there's Maureen Castel going out from New Caledonia, living in France. Let's see, she's turning around, going for right foot forward maybe, or just didn't find the way, the right moment to take off. So if you are wondering what the scores are for each trick, go to our website worldkiteboardingchampionships.com/scoreboard and you'll find all the tricks there. If you want to see any behind the scene clips or photos or live updates from the event, of course here you're at the right place at our Facebook page, or go to our Instagram at World Kiteboarding Championships and check our stories and IGTV. There we see Maureen.
Oh, backset 3.
Line just 3 with a down loop there.
So we just saw the score coming in from Francesca, and that was enough for her to pretty much to secure her second place in this heat. Maureen needed a 9.14 for second.
And that was her last trick.
That was her last trick, so that's not gonna score that high. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Michele Sol and Francesca Bagnoli will advance into the final. Although this heat is not completely over yet, let's see what the girls are gonna show, and maybe they're just warming up for some more excited tricks.
Yeah, let's see. I think Mika's gonna go for that double Hinterberger mob again if she, but I'm not that sure.
I mean, in the end, she doesn't have to. She has a total score of 35.56, which is a really high score.
Winning almost by 10 points. That's insane.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So is it still possible for Pippa also? Not.
Nah, she needs a 9.38 for third even,
yeah.
Which is possible, but it's quite hard. It has to be very big. I mean, if we see a KGB the size of Michaelis, it could be possible.
Yeah. So
does she has it? She has a very good and powerful KGB. Is it as good as Michaeli?
Not as controlled, I would say.
No, not as controlled, and sometimes actually that could benefit even a bigger trick, which could be good. But you still got to stick it. So let's
definitely.
see.
Like you mean, like it looks more powerful, more aggressive.
More aggressive, more like wow.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you do want to see that a little bit. If it's always too nice, too neat, it's like, I will land it.
Looks a bit too easy.
Too easy, yeah. And if it's just like raw and powerful and explosive, it might come across to the judges as well of a more powerful trick. And actually, I kind of like that way of riding.
Yeah.
Like for example, one of the guys I was speaking with him this morning and yesterday, Mark Jacobs. He's one of those riders that is just like, there's only one word to describe him, and that's power, which I really like to see.
Again, crashing that KGB.
Missing the bar again.
Yeah, I think she really, if she would drop the kite just like a tiny little bit, then she would have a lot of benefit out of that.
Yeah.
Just keeping that bar a lot closer. What you said as well before, that how Michaeli's passing is like, it's like right at the hip, while Pipa, for example, like the bar is very far, very stretched out arm. Double. Oh, it's double.
Double
Nice
Hindenburg.
Hindenburg
Whoa. That's insane.
So, what is that gonna be? We have never seen a double Hindenburg
no,
mode
no.
in the girls, so it might be a 10.
Or did Paula?
Nah,
No.
I would not score that
I would
at
not
10.
score a
It's
10.
not that
Yeah.
impressive as a
Nah.
double heart attack. It's
Yeah.
strange
Nah.
because it's almost the same rotation.
Yeah.
I mean,
would-
if it was a 5,
I would probably say it is a 10.
It's
yeah,
a
but
9.33.
yeah,
Pretty good score though still.
really good
And
score.
she's
Yeah,
really
but-
stoked because
yeah.
it's the first one in competition. Fabio's stoked as well, of course.
But yeah, I think we. Yeah, it's good. We both agreed that yeah, you would not say, whoa, oh, that was big. And
Francesca.
the front touch was big as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
heavy front touch there. So that was the first semi-final. Big winner here, Michele Sol. And second place, Francesca Bagnoli. On third, Maureen Castel. And fourth place, Pipa van Iersel.
so
Not
Mika
bad.
finishing this heat with 37.3 points. That's like only 3 points from perfect.
Yeah,
So that's
that's
really
insane, eh?
impressive. Really impressive.
A beautiful drone shot here from the event side. And we will go almost straight into the next semi-final. And in that semi-final, we will have Rita Arnaus on the slingshot kite. We will have Therese Tabel on the Cabrina. We will have... Just need to have a quick update on that one. We have Osaya. Yeah, there it is. Osaya rating on the F1. And we have, of course, Paula Novotná from the Czech Republic on the duotone. The 4 strong riders. Osaya definitely the underdog. She must be very happy to be in this semi-final, right?
Yeah, I think she's
Maxime?
happy to make it already this far.
Yeah,
Then let's see what she can. I mean, she has some really good tricks,
yeah.
but we'll see the other girls as well. So, but I think it's definitely going to be a really tight fight between the 3 other girls.
For
I
me,
mean,
like of course, for me, Osaya is definitely the underdog here. And to look at Rita and Therese and Paula, these 3 girls actually, they are for me kind of at the same level. Maybe Paula has some more experience in competition.
yeah, for me, well, if I would have to bet my money, I would
Yeah.
say pretty much like Paula.
Yeah,
And between Rita and Therese, it's really hard to say. I
yeah.
mean,
Can go
of
both
them-
ways, huh?
Both of them can do really good, and both of them can just crash.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's true. It's true what
but
you're saying.
from what we saw in Turkey, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if you're just listening to this conversation I'm having here at the moment with Maxime, drop a comment in your in the Facebook page and let us know what you think. And here we see a nice opening here, backside 3-on-3 from Rita. Normally she's opening with a backside 1, so
Yeah,
she's
it was
stepped up.
nice. It was really controlled.
Yeah.
And
Not massive, but and
there's someone saying we should put Michele with the men.
next
Maybe.
yeah,
in
maybe.
2 years. Or
I'm not sure if a lot of guys want that though.
no.
Okay, so next up it's Therese Tabel, who is going to perform her first trick here in this semi-final from the elite women here at the World Kiteboarding Championships. And I'm sitting here with Maxime Chablot, who had a couple of attempts yesterday for a backmob 7. Man, I can't wait to see backmob 7 in the final. Why didn't you stick it yesterday?
Well, actually, the first one I kind of missed the pop.
Yeah.
I didn't get the best pop.
Yeah.
And on the second one, I actually got my leash stuck around my arm.
Okay.
So that actually prevented me from passing the bar.
Yeah.
And but I watched it again yesterday evening. I watched the replay and I also watched again the one I did perfectly in Turkey.
Okay.
And I realized that I think my back roll was, I just went for the pass a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna try to correct this and make it in the final.
Nice. Can't wait to see it in the final. We're going to Gemma, who's on the beach now with the previous heat winners.
Okay, these 2 ladies right here are through to tomorrow's finals. Michele Sol and Francesca Bagnoli. Congratulations to both of you. Mika's pretty sick performance this morning. How was it?
It was great. The wind was perfect. It was super flat, and Francesca and all the other girls did really good too.
How do you feel about getting through to another final at the WKC?
Feels really good. Like that's my main goal here, and I feel like I've already achieved it.
Anything big you're going to go for in the finals tomorrow?
I have to think about that.
Another 10 though, right?
Hopefully.
Congratulations, Mika. Fra, how was your heat for you?
It was pretty good. I didn't do like a lot of things, but I landed quite good tricks, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Again, another final for you. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm stoked. Yeah, I'm really happy about that.
Super great rating. Thank you guys so much, and we'll be seeing you in tomorrow's finals. Thank you. Back to Bas.
Thanks a lot, Gemma. Happy for Michaeli, of course, and Francesca, who are making it into the final. And let's see which other two girls are going to advance to the final from this semi-final here in the Elite Women, the World Kiteboarding Championships here in Dakhla Spirit Camp. I'm sitting here with Maxime, and we're excited to see next performance of Osaya.
Ooh, very nice blind judge there.
Big one, huh?
Yeah, that was a good trick.
Yeah.
I mean, she's definitely gonna be happy with this. And she crashed the first one, so that's gonna boost her confidence. So yeah, let's see what the score is gonna be.
Sorry guys, I'm back again.
Yuri's back. So you just missed that blind judge there. Would scored a 5.
Very
Good
nice
score. There are questions from Lewis, Davy. At what time is the man heat starting? The men's will be starting after this heat, so just stay behind your TV, computer, iPad, iPhone, whatever you're watching it from. Apple Watch, maybe already. And it will start pretty quick.
So I'm excited, of course. I'm excited for this heat, but I'm maybe even more excited for the next heat. Of course, is the men's division and is a small final.
Yeah.
So we're watching a semi-final right now, but the next one is going to be a small final, and that's a final where, you know, for these guys, it's like everything is on the line as well. They want to get the highest rank in that final because it's from 5 to 8. So there are going to be 4 riders in there, and they want to be battling it out. Who's going to take the win of that heat and who's going to be 5th?
Yeah.
So that's going to be it's going to be a good battle as well. I think the level in that heat actually is very similar.
Yeah.
So it can go a lot of different ways, and right now I'm not sure who's going to take that win. A lot of different riding styles as well. So that's going to be it's going to be very nice.
Wait, who do we have? We have Val,
Cuculuto, Antar, and we have
Romain, no? Julia, no.
Arthur.
Arthur, yes, Arthur.
Yeah.
Boom. Aye.
And so then the final, which we're going to have tomorrow, we're going to have you, Maxime. We're going to have Aduri Coniel. We're going to have Seth Teixeira, and we're going to have Carlos Mario. So it's almost a similar final as in Brazil, but the only change is Seth changed for
Turkey, you mean?
Turkey.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Seth is changed. Valentin Rodriguez is changed by Seth.
Yeah.
So it's actually a good position for Seth because in the last one he got 6th.
Yeah.
Now he has a chance to go 1 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely gonna move up the ranking a little bit and maybe one step closer to a podium for the end of the year.
Yeah, and he's been riding really good through this event.
He's been on
he scored a 34 yesterday.
Yeah, which was a high score.
Which is a really high score.
So we see here Teresa Bell coming in for her second trick. Her first trick backside 3 and 3 scored a 7.1. Ooh, the takeoff was a bit.
Oh, bit of a butt check. So Maxime, I said it yesterday already in the live stream. I'm not sure if you watched it back, but the first 2 heats, or actually 3 heats from this event, they were not how we know you. You know, we saw you riding in Turkey, and it was a lot better. And we know your trainings, you do a lot better as well. But in these heats, you were kind of just like you were doing it and you were winning, but it wasn't.
To be honest,
there. But then
I was like on the first day. I was also I wasn't really like the wind was a bit too light, and I wasn't feeling really good. I mean, I haven't been training for a month because I was at the Youth Olympics in Buenos Aires. So for me, it was really hard to have confidence in myself to land the tricks. I don't know why, because even though every day I've been training before this comp, I've been landing all my tricks all the time. And this time I was just like, oh, it's in competition. I have to land it now. And this, like, I don't know, it just didn't work. As soon as I would not get the gust, as soon as I would not get the height I wanted, I was super disappointed.
Yeah.
So.
But I
and
mean,
then
in the end, in the
Yeah,
semi-finals, you pulled it. You
yeah,
pulled it
no,
together.
I got lucky like through the first heats. I was pretty lucky, and then in the semi-final, I was in my head. It like totally changed. I made it to the semi-final with no training for 1 month. I mean, now I have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Like even big final, small final, I have nothing to lose. So I said I'm just gonna compete against myself. I'm gonna show all my tricks I can do, and I just went for it, and
it worked out.
It worked out. Yeah. I was really happy with my heat.
Nice.
I mean,
yeah, we were. That opening was opening was big.
insane.
Backside 317 all right, that's good to hear. Let's hopefully you get it. You're pulling it together even more in the final, and
and in the final it's even more like I have nothing to lose. I'm just gonna
all or nothing.
compete against myself. And
all right, so far this ladies heat is extremely close. If we look at the scores right now, it's 11-6, 11-3, 11-2 for the first three.
Yeah.
So that's
what we were saying before. Yeah, they're so close, these girls.
Go all way. Rita just missing the bar there on the KGB. Which in the end, you know, we are running semi-finals and small finals today. So all these guys that are in there, they actually have a chance of winning it. They are.
Yeah, they are really good.
We are down to the top 8 of men and women of freestyle kiteboarding. So these are all people that are extremely
really
well,
level.
and that's why they're all the heats are so close. I mean, also your heat yesterday, you won by what, 0.1 or something?
0.08?
Yeah.
0.07, yeah.
Yeah, so that's just crazy. So Teresa Bell here coming back in again. Right foot forward, coming straight towards the judge tower. You can see she has a little bit of a upwind tack right now, and as soon she's starting to prepare for the trick, she's going to go more downwind, as we can see right now.
Yeah.
It's coming straight towards the judge tower. There you go, boom. Big one. Oh, nice.
Falling into blind there.
That was, to be honest, I'm really impressed by this.
That was
because
good.
you see, she didn't go into her back roll as she wanted. You see, she didn't get the slack into the kite, and but she still went for it, and she was really solid on her blind. So
There you
and
go.
this for a girl, I mean, it's really impressive. You don't see.
That was a lot of commitment as well. It's like how far out she came back in, like building up speed, and then the last part even more bending downwind to get more speed, and then boom, just go for it. And that's something I like to see as well. I don't like to see that you're breaking, and then there you go. Like it's commitment, all or nothing, I would say.
Definitely. So let's see what Paula Novotna has to offer. Paula has a blind judge and an S-band to blind. So let's see. Going for the KGB, back to blind there.
It would be good to see if we can see the replay on the
Both of
takeoff,
them.
like what we talked about before. That little chop, which is like almost on each other.
Yeah.
You can really see it on Paula's takeoff, how she kind of skidded over the top of it. And that's when the tide is coming up further, it gets a little bit more. When it's going down again, there's a point where it nearly gets flat, and then it's really nice again.
So actually, you're saying the conditions are getting harder now?
When it's completely high tide, it's a little harder. It's still very good, but of course we always have a preference of being it. As you see that it's like she's bouncing over it, right there. You see she's like.
You see the board is like.
Yeah.
You don't want your board to do this. You want your board to go through the chop, and this is.
But still, a good score for Paula, 6.43. Now in a pretty good lead. Yeah, Osaya there.
Hinterberger mode.
Nice.
Nice one there.
Pulls out of that. She was standing there in last right now, and I think that will. Kick her up to probably third place.
Yeah.
So interesting heat. Rita now sitting in fourth place. Doesn't need much for second or even first. Actually, 6.87 for first place. So
she's the only girl with only 2 tricks.
Yeah. There we go. KGB.
Kite went up way too much. Continue the movement.
And then with that KGB, as soon as it goes up, it really pulls you off axis, and then it's like there are very few people that can save that. like actually Kokoluto yesterday, he's
Yeah.
able to save it because of his incredible blind landings. But yeah, most of the time it's pretty hard to save.
Yeah, also at Dairy, when you see him going for his KGB, he can just, you see if he misses the pop or something, he can just go with muscles. I mean,
Yeah.
he's so strong that he can just, yeah.
Yeah, very powerful rider and can force tricks a bit. Like,
Exactly.
you never see Therese going for
Boom.
slim
Very
chance.
nice.
Nice one.
Smoke.
Very good one.
Yeah, and then actually, when you start training freestyle, you're only going for the trick as soon as you get the perfect pop.
Yeah.
If you don't get a perfect pop,
Wow.
you do a rally, or you
You don't do it at all.
don't do it.
Yeah.
And then more you compete, then more you learn to, even if you miss the pop, just go for it.
Go for the trick, yeah.
Because
a
every
lot of people from Denmark actually tuning in for Therese, and well, she did great on that 8.33
Yeah,
on that last trick for her. Now Paula coming in hot as well. So this is gonna be it's gonna be a good one. This one.
Yeah, I would say that the score of Therese is definitely gonna be higher. The 8.33, what you were saying
Yep.
before. Paula Hinterberger wasn't that impressive to me, like than the slim from Therese.
And
Let's
Therese
see.
is a very solid rider as well. Look at her scores right now: 7.1, then the 4.2, okay, and then a 6.63 and an 8.33. So she has very solid scores. With 4 landed tricks already on 26. So she's in a good lead on this heat. Closely followed by Paula, which just landed a 4 trick as well. And it is actually very important that you land 4 tricks, because then as soon as you have the 4 tricks in, then you can actually start calculating, okay, what I'm gonna need, what does somebody else have, and then you actually see where you are in the heat.
Yeah, you need to get that 4 tricks to get the total
Definitely,
score.
yeah. And it's not impossible to win with 3 heats.
3 tricks, yeah.
Or 3 tricks, yeah. But it's definitely very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely those 4 tricks is.
I mean, I think if someone has 4 tricks in the heat, it's really hard.
Yeah.
With 3 tricks, but sometimes you're like, everyone only has 3 tricks because the conditions are so hard.
Nice heart attack there from Messiah.
She's riding well today.
She's riding well. Seems to grab her knee a little bit.
Yeah,
did it?
she has a bit of pain on her hip.
Okay.
So I think that was the little issue there.
But I think that was, well, she needs a combo for second, so that's not gonna do it.
No. But it's maybe replacing her Aspen to blind, the first one.
Yeah.
Then she can improve it.
Definitely. It's a 6.23. That's
Nice
definitely
score.
gonna add up her score.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
she needs a 4th trick to bring that score
Yeah.
back into the game
Yeah.
for second place.
Rita,
Wow,
nice
that was nice.
Nice
really
one.
nice S-mode.
That guy didn't even move. I think it
Yeah.
was just right there.
Perfect riding. It's what's like what I see, like you don't see any front blinds or front blind mopes from girls. Like
No.
why is that, you guys think?
Because it's a hard trick.
It is a hard trick, yeah. There are a few girls that can do them, but we rarely see them in competition. Over the last year, I would say maybe
Yeah.
2 years, we have seen some back mopes actually.
We've actually seen a lot of front blinds last year, from what I remember.
Yeah, but
like,
this year there's not that many.
Because in the guys heats, like the guys are just doing it as their sort of
filler trick.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a base
Just
trick.
Base trick, like when you need like a something between like around
5
a
and a
6.5, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
when
to
you-
open up with.
Yeah, we have already like that was my strategy yesterday already, because I crashed my Slim 7,
Mm-hmm.
but I had 2 really good tricks already that, so far. Those at that point were the highest scoring tricks of the heat, and then crashed the Slim 7. I was like, okay, don't worry, I'm gonna get it later. Then I did the back mob 5,
Yeah.
which was like, I don't know, 6.6 or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So it would have put me in a very good position
Yeah,
if I could have done a good 4th trick. Then I would still be able to crank up my back mob 5 if it would have been necessary. Oh, nice. She is killing it in this heat,
Yeah.
Therese
Yeah,
Bell.
she's riding really good. I think
So she had a 4.2 on the one before, and this one is going to be what, like I would say around 7, something like that. It was really good, very powerful. There we go, nice takeoff, good rotation, boom, clean landing,
Very clean.
good kite position. And you see she comes out and she just like,
Yeah.
she knows it. She's like, damn, there we go, this is it. So my guess I will be around the 7, yeah, 7-1.
That's a good one, yeah.
So
She's definitely
already
securing that spot, huh?
2 7-1s, 8.83 and a 6.63, which he can still improve
Yeah.
with a KGB, for example.
Then
So
we have
Paula needs a 8.88, which is a very high score.
So that will be an heart attack or a KGB from Paula.
Yeah, my guess will be actually
Oh.
backside 3.
she
ooh,
did.
Ah, crashed that. Yeah.
She only did a blind judge, so she wanted to improve.
blind
To the
jet
backside
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure if this is gonna
No.
score higher.
No, it's
Maybe.
not gonna score high. Probably the same.
Yeah, not a lot. Not
Also,
a lot
I don't
higher.
really understand why she would do a backside 3-on-3 there.
I
Just
think
to
because her blind judge
yeah,
is the smallest score,
Yeah.
yeah,
so she wants just to improve this one.
It's not a
to
bad
6.
move actually. I
No?
would say if she
No.
would have done a good blind backside 3-1-3,
and then she would have 2 more
then
chances
she would actually
to
be more. I think she knows that the first place is going to be very hard.
she's securing her second spot.
So she's securing her second spot.
Okay, okay.
Getting more points ahead of Rita.
Yeah,
So if she would have said like a backside 3-1-3, would have been somewhere around 6-8, somewhere
Yeah,
around
yeah,
that. Then Rita would have needed a 8.47 already for second
Yeah.
place. So she's just making it harder for Rita to catch up.
yeah.
So actually, it was smart strategy, I would
okay.
say.
But I think there's a little mistake on the scores there. Oh no. No. My mistake. I thought it was Rita. Saya.
So actually, it was because it was a smart move because he has the backside 3-1-3 pretty steady. I
Yeah,
would
pretty
say.
solid. Yeah, true.
So it's she doesn't even need to go crazy big on it. She just has to do it
Mm-hmm.
reasonable height, reasonable speed. Then it will be enough for I would say probably 6-8.
Yeah,
Then you saw for example, the one from Therese was a good one, got a 7.1.
yeah.
So it was
What do you think? What would like
Hindenburger. Wow.
since we've
Oh.
never seen a front blind mode by
Yeah.
a girl? What do you think would the score be?
I think around 8. If it's a
Yeah,
proper one.
if it's a really good front blind mob, I would score high 8s. Yeah, in the goal.
Yeah,
Maybe.
like
yeah.
maybe even higher. If you look at that back mob from Mika, that scored a 9, if I remember good.
Yeah, around that area. Yeah, like I
Don't remember.
probably would
I
go
think
there.
it
So
would be a 9.
Yeah.
I think it would be over a 9.
depends a little bit. Like I probably would start around the 8-8, 8-9, and then
Yeah,
depends a little bit how big it is, kite position as well.
yeah. So yeah, that was that's Therese coming in again. Therese gonna perform her 6 tricks. She didn't crash yet, so that's must be a good feeling. So she's gonna improve one of her tricks now, or maybe add another trick. We didn't see KGB yet. Maybe he's gonna go for that one now.
Oh, hard attack.
That was a hard impact.
Yeah.
That was a hard one.
That's like also I think because of the chop, because she landed with her board like not enough rotation,
Mm-hmm.
and with the chop it just like bounced her off again, and she
Yeah.
kind of slipped out.
So we do still get some questions as well. I just got a question about the final. The finals will be up tomorrow, and so today we're gonna run until the small final of the men, who's gonna come up next after this heat.
Yeah.
So a couple more tricks in this heat, and then we're gonna be up for the small final of the men, and that's gonna be also the last heat of the day.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have the finals, men and women, tomorrow.
I think around 3 o'clock, if I remember
Yep.
correct. 3 o'clock local time.
So whoever is tuning in, welcome on the 4th day of the World Kiteboarding Championship here in Dakhla Spirit Camp in Morocco. So I think so far we are, well, we're not lucky. It's something why we chose this spot is that we
Yeah.
have amazing conditions,
Yeah, yeah.
and it is delivering. Every single day we had winds. We had one a little bit lighter day of wind.
Yeah, the
the
first
rest
2
Yeah.
days were
Yeah, the first day
building
was
up.
okay, and then I think the second day was kind of light, and
Yeah.
then the third day was yesterday was good again. We even saw
Yeah,
some tents
yesterday it was
coming
a
out.
bit. It was a bit light in the morning, and
Then
then
it picked up, yeah.
picked up in the afternoon.
And
But
I
I
think
think
today it's looking
Looking good.
it's looking good.
Yeah, we
Tomorrow's
shouldn't,
looking good as
shouldn't
well.
forget the qualification that we had. There was a very good conditions
Yeah.
as well. I heard, right?
Qualifications were
Qualifications
strong.
were nice.
So Paula here, is that her last attempt? There we go. Oh, heart attack. Small butt check there. Is
No, this
that
was her 6th attempt.
6th attempt? So that's definitely gonna, I would say, replace her 4.7. But she had,
Esmond won already, so
yeah. So it will replace that one
See that
actually.
on the replay.
There we go. Heart attack. Oh,
yeah, making it
Small butt check.
makes it a small butt check, but
8.8. No, that's what
No,
she
that's
needed
That's what
to
she
win.
needs.
So let's see.
that for sure won't be an 8.8, but
se-
it's
So
wow, it's
improving.
good. 7.6.
So
is
she's
definitely
yeah.
again making it harder for Rita to. Osaya still has a chance though. Let's not forget about her. Although it's just got a little bit harder because Paula actually increased her score. So now Osaya, for example, needs a 8.7 for second, and Rita needs a 7.14 for second. That is the last going to be the last attempt. So Osaya is up right now. Again, she needs 8.7 for second. Yeah, it's all or nothing. This trick is counting for those girls to make it into the final, and it's going to be those three: Paula, Rita, or Osaya. Well, unfortunately, it's not going to be Osaya. I think she wanted to go for maybe a Hinterberger or something.
Nah,
Back
wait,
to blind.
that,
No, back to blind will be.
nah, that would have been a back to blind
Wouldn't she
because
pass?
it was on her left tag.
Yeah, she's passing left to
Yeah.
right, right? Yeah. So that would have been back to blind or a KGB.
So this is Rita's last attempt. She needs a 7.14. So she needs to land this trick.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
so
No.
close. I
That's-
think
she lost
I think
her
that
spot.
could have made it.
Yeah.
though.
Probably could have made it. Yeah, it was a lot of power, kite low. She didn't
I
go
think she
very
just
high
put
though.
her
but
kite a little bit
Too
too
low,
low,
Too
yeah.
low, yeah.
and that just made the impact harder,
Yeah.
and she couldn't.
so yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Therese and Paula into the final of the women. So our final is complete now. It's going to be Michaeli Sol, Francesca Bagnoli, Therese Tabel, and Paula Novotna.
So
Nice
now let's
final.
see if maybe
Yeah.
Paula can win and I can be right on my bet.
Yeah. Oof, Therese crashing there.
So Paula, one more trick actually, needs an 8.21 for first place.
It's a big one. So what trick does she has to do, guys?
Uh,
She has a back to blind. She has a Hinterberger mob. She has a heart attack. So
a
Hard.
good KGB
Oh, no.
maybe.
like
No, because she has a back to blind.
yeah.
She has to do a
She has
Oh,
to
But
no,
the
do
heart attack is
8.2.
already 7.6. So
Hinterberger
doing
mob or S mob.
she has to do a backside
Like a
315.
slim.
Then
yeah, backs at 305 of course. Maybe backs at 317. Yes, he will win for sure.
No, I mean, not KGB, but maybe she will do the KGB to get confidence
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
it in the final.
But a
because-
KGB would score a 8.21.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she
yeah, yeah.
already has a back to blind
Yeah,
scoring
then
a
if she does a
6 points.
good KGB, that
it
will
will still
replace that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but
it'll-
then she still has the blind judge on a 4.7, so that means she needs like a bigger than a 8.2 if she does the KGB.
No.
No, she just needs an 8.21 for first. So
Yeah,
the-
but if she does the KGB, she replaces the 6.4 instead of the 4.7.
there
Let's
you
see.
go.
Oh,
She wanted to go for the KGB,
yeah.
so I guess he was sharing the
Yeah.
same.
I don't
Because
know.
in the end, she could replace the backside 3-1. She would go for backside 3-1-3, but to score the 8.21.
No,
wow,
but
has to
she
go.
would have had to do like a slim or a Hinterberger mob.
That could have
would say.
been a
Yeah.
slim. Could have been a good slim. Would have made it as well.
And here we see very happy Therese. She is the winner
Yeah,
of
really
this
good
second
heat.
semi-final from the elite women. Paula Novotna probably also very stoked. Nice total score of 25. 29.66, and Therese very high total score here for ladies heat, 29.16. I would say.
Wins by 3.5.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good score.
That's definitely good.
So this was a good heat, and we are gonna prepare ourselves for. Well, I don't like to call it a losers final, although it is kind of. You know, there can only be one winner in the event, but to call it a losers final, I don't know, it's a little...
Yeah, you were saying yesterday before, like when you were competing like a couple years ago, when you got second, you were the first loser.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's call it a small final.
Let's call it a small final, yeah. I mean, we're still talking about the top 8 of the freestyle... it's the freestyle World Kiteboarding Championships, but it's like the top 8 men of freestyle around the world, you know.
So in this loser final here in the World Kiteboarding Championships, Dakhla. Sorry, the small final. Sorry, I get confused because I see it here on the. We have Valentin Garat, we have Arthur Gilbert, we have Gian Maria Cocoluto and Anta Raka. Guys, who's your favorite?
Do you mean like with the heart or
with the heart?
With the money?
Go with the heart.
From Lime up there from Val Garat as an opening trick.
I would say Gian Maria is a really good friend of mine, and I think he can do really good.
Yeah.
But I think Antar, with the heat he showed against me yesterday, he would really deserve this 5th place as well.
Yeah.
Val, we know he did really good in the 3rd round, and then he just didn't really get the good tricks on the semifinals. And Artur, I was against him on the first heat, and he also had a really good heat. But I think these 2 French riders are really guys that can either do really good or also crack a bit under pressure.
I think for me it's any of these riders, what we said before, their level is so close. Like you see the 2 front line-ups here, both of them nailing it perfectly, and the level is so close. So any of these 4 riders could win it, no doubt about it. But if I would say probably. My heart would say Gian Maria Cocoluto. It's his first year actually on tour, making it into Elite League, and he was so stoked to actually finally being able to ride the whole tour. So seeing him here now in the small final,
and he also won the qualifier.
He won the qualifier. So
for me, he is the strongest competitor I think in this heat. Like that, it looks like he has the most control during his own heats,
especially on those landings. So. Is there an absolute favorite for me? I don't know. I don't know. It's also not. I would not prefer to have anybody win over anybody. It's just gonna be a fair battle. But you know, you always have somebody that really did so much for it. They all do a lot for it. Like they all train hard for it. But this guy Gian Maria was so stoked to finally be able to in the Elite League, and he has been performing so well. There we go, big from Limo.
But I think we can really expect a really, really, really close and interesting heat.
Yeah.
And we can see actually on the first 3 tricks, all from line mobs.
I don't think Antar is going to do from line mob.
I don't think so either.
But this is something like, this is something strange because I wouldn't start maybe with a front line mob here.
I would go bigger as well.
Yeah, this is like you would go boom. But before we talk further over on this loser final here, the small final, we go to Gemma on the beach.
Okay, I'm here with our last 2 girls who are passing through to the final, Therese Paula Novotna. How stoked are you, Therese, on getting this spot in the final?
Yeah, I'm so happy right now. I don't know what to say. I'm just so thankful for being in the final. I can't believe it. It was a really good heat out there. Paula was pushing it. The other girls were doing a good job, and I really just enjoyed it as much as I could. And then when I realized I actually had a really good score, I was like, okay, this is my chance. I have to give it all. So I'm so happy.
You've been riding really well actually throughout this whole competition. Is it because of the conditions here, or have you been changing your training, or what's going on?
I just feel like I finally found myself, and I really got confident about my riding and competitions. And the older I get, I feel just more confident on the water as well. And I just enjoy it.
Whatever it is, it's clearly working, so congratulations. Paula, you're also through to another final. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm super stoked to be again in the final, and especially with this girl, because she was rocking today. She deserves it.
Did you enjoy the conditions? Were you powered enough?
Oh, well, I was on my 9. Then I took Francesca 10 because I don't have a 10. And I should have taken an 11 because it's like pretty tricky. The wind's quite strong, but it's a little choppy. So you need a lot of like speed and right edge to go. So I was struggling to do my freeze, but then I got some. So
Yeah, congratulations to both of you. Super good result, and we'll see you after tomorrow's finals. And for now, we're going to carry on watching the men's final. Yeah, of course.
thanks my family and everybody for watching me.
Me too. Thanks, mom, dad, boyfriend, everybody from Denmark. Thank you for the love.
Congratulations. All right, back to the guys. Thank you, girls.
Yeah, we see here a very interesting opening. We saw Anta Raka opening with best set 3 and 3. Probably wanted to go for that 5 there, or 7 even. And crash of Val there on the slim 7.
Yeah, and I saw a back mob 5 from Arthur Gilbert. Little check there. It's a very interesting opening strategy from. You see a 4.37. Definitely the butt checked, deducted some score. It's a very interesting opening.
Yeah, it looks like they wanna like
Play safe a little bit, or
I don't know. I don't think I would do this.
Nah, especially after those like 3 front blind mobs, I would just go like boom, all in, big trick.
But
Here
I
I am.
think he wanted to do that as well, Antar.
There you go. Oh, backside 3.
This is the same what happened to Antar.
Yeah.
Because Antar was the last
I think
one.
they're coming
really
in
bad right now.
too far in. We can actually see here from the studio. We can see a line.
Yeah.
And again, what we said before is that you want to stay upwind as far as possible, where the best wind conditions are. So it's interesting start of the heat. I imagine it to be a little bit more
Full.
fireworks from the beginning,
yeah.
but maybe they have a really good end in play for us. So
But I think also all of these riders are really they want to start with a landed trick.
yeah,
They don't want to
Yeah.
don't want to crash the
no, for sure. Like if you once you have a started trick, for sure it helps a lot because you're in your mind it gives you a lot more rest, a lot more confidence, and you definitely wanna build it up as well.
I know
towards
like
the end.
Gian Maria, he did a heat, and because he was against really good guys, he didn't start with his front blind mob. He started with just going down. He tried to start with the backside 3 on 5, and he missed it. So this really brought his mind down.
When is the men's final? So if you for the people that are just tuning in, tomorrow is going to be the men's and women's final. So what else we got? Cheers to Yuri, legend. Thank you for the support, guys. Yeah, it's definitely great to see those first 3 tricks, 3 same tricks, and getting different scores. So for you guys, maybe you can actually see why the tricks are being scored different. Sometimes we don't always see the kite position on the live, so that can definitely play a big part. Although the scores are very close to each other, we see a 6.5 for the first one, then we have a 6.57 and a 6.3. So really, if you want to score big on a certain trick, you really have to show the difference. You have to go bigger. A couple of criteria that can actually make a trick have a bigger score is speed in, speed out, kite position, and the height of the trick, and or maybe even add a grab to it.
And if you look at it, it's not always
what
that
a
was
clean
very
one.
nice cage
Beautiful. He's happy with that one. You look
Yeah.
at him, he's smiling.
It's
There
not
we go.
always just the height, but also the power. Like
Yeah.
how far you travel, how
That
this
was it.
can all make a difference.
We saw already earlier in this heat. We saw Valentin. He definitely wants to go big, and he crashed a slim 7 earlier, just on the landing. I think he hit a little chop and fell over. Now he's scoring an 8.27 for the KGB 5. Really good score. So that's gonna put him like right in first place.
So if you're just tuning in, you're watching the World Kiteboarding Championships here live in Dakhla, Morocco. We are in Dakhla Spirit. And if you want to win a board, a Liquid Force Ego Twin Tip, go to the Instagram of the Kite Mag. Check out Yuri's photo there. Comment on the photo the trick and the score on that the trick Yuri performed, and you might be the lucky winner of Liquid Force Echo board. And we will pick the winner after this heat. So go to the Instagram of the Kite Mag and comment. You might win a board.
All right, yeah, Vol was definitely on fire. Julian Cricket, one of his buddies as well. He's definitely killing it in this heat, and so far he's in a very quite a solid lead. Just we saw Arthur Gilbert crashing on the backside 315 as well. We actually saw him on the landing. His board came out already. That would have been considered a crash already, but then even like the bar ripped out of his hand. So yeah, it was a straight up crash.
We talked about this last time with Alex. Why you think that happens, like the pop out?
Oh, Gian Maria. Oh, it
Maybe
doesn't
you can
get
give
us.
us a guess as well, Yuri.
Yeah, sometimes when you hit that little pop, little chop, and your balance is not 100% right, then it just like it puts you off axis a little bit. And in order to save it a little bit, you kind of have to do that. And sometimes you are able just to put your back on the water and bounce back up again. While it will still count, it will definitely deduct points, but it would still count. While as soon as the board comes completely off the water, it will be a crash. So yeah, it's sometimes it just happens, and sometimes you have to react in a split second. But you always want to try to keep that board on the water. That's the most important.
Yeah. So we see Antar coming in here for his third trick attempt. He doesn't really have any good tricks in there yet, but there you have it.
Oh, double heart attack.
Boom.
Oh,
Oh,
Same
I've
thing
never
happened,
seen him crashing this one.
another crash.
This is like really a trick he has.
And I
all the
still think they're coming in too
Too
far
far.
towards the judge tower. Like there's a little bit of a low here, and what you said, Maxime, before, that June here on the back
Yeah.
Yeah.
is definitely kind of the wind bounces back off it, and that will definitely. And we're talking about meters. It's like as soon
Yeah.
as we go, like I don't know, 10, 20 meters more
Yeah, sometimes you
upwind.
ride and like 5 meters you have wind and 5 meters.
And I think Valentin Garatis actually he's playing very good on that. Right now we see him riding on the outside, and he's riding very far upwind as well. So he's definitely making good use of that. And that's a strategy as well. And in competition, it's not always just about like doing your tricks. It's also about like picking the right spot in the box. As we said here, we have a fairly big box, so make use of that and pick the right spot where you want to do your tricks. Where is the most flat actually, and where is the wind the steadiest? And I think so far Valentin is doing that pretty well. So Valentin only has 2 scoring tricks in, and Gian Maria has 3 scoring tricks, and that's why Gian Maria is actually leading this heat so far. But I think Val is going to change that pretty quickly, I would say. My guess,
I would
backside
say,
317.
Still really close in as well, huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
I think
bummer.
the difference between like Val and Gian Maria in this heat, for sure that Gian Maria has really solid blinds.
Yeah.
And like a blind landing is when you land with your bar behind your back and you didn't pass the bar yet. And I think Val is more like one of the riders that really have to pass the bar in the air.
Yeah.
And because I mean it's not always easy, harder or better to pass the bar in the air. I
No.
mean, if you can really land a super solid blind or wrap, it's also really impressive.
Definitely,
To do that.
definitely, yeah. Some riders you just have to, or not have to, but they definitely prefer to land in blind and
Yeah.
wrapped, and other riders they definitely want to pass in the air. I think one of my first backside 315s or 307s I always landed in the air. Like I have to pass it in the air.
So here we see Gilbert coming in. Gilbert going for his 4th trick attempt.
He has to put some tricks down as well now.
So we have double heart attack.
Very solid kite position
Yeah.
there,
Yeah,
especially
really
on the
nice
landing. And
But his rotation to me are looking a bit out of control.
it was a bit
sometimes.
off axis,
Yeah,
yeah. Like, I think there was even a pause between the first. We see it on the replay.
Yeah.
The first, it's kind of It wasn't an amazing rotation.
no,
let's say
no.
it that way.
A lot of speed in and speed out though.
Yeah.
That's
I think that's
Good
also
thing.
because he has his arms more like bent, so then your rotation is less like straight, like
Yeah.
let's say like a screwdriver,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more like you're moving with your body.
Yeah. More wobbling around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wobbly.
So
So slowly this heat is starting to shape a little bit. Valentin Garat had performed 4 tricks already, as well as Arthur Gilbert. Jamaria here on his 4 trick. 3-1-7. There we go.
There you could see the solid
Yeah.
wrapped landing on this side.
I would never be able to do that. I will literally tear every single muscle in my whole body if I would do that. So, but he has that so solid, and the kite position was pretty good as well. It wasn't
You
super
can
low,
see,
but
you can see because he can do that. He can, after the first handle pass, he can take a little bit more time
he has a pause.
than
Like
other riders, like for example Val. He has a little pause to make sure he takes the bar right in the middle and to really land.
like he kind of goes like he goes 3-1-3, waits a
To wrap.
split second,
Yeah.
and then he goes again. So while most of the riders they just make a continuous rotation. Like usually I don't know. I always say like I like a continuous rotation much more, but with
This
Jamaria I kind of enjoy it to watch it as well.
Yeah, the little pause in between.
Val, pretty sure Slim 7. Oh no. What?
Double hint.
Why? Oh.
Never.
Would never guess that.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Maybe he's taking out the strategy because, like.
I find it a very strange strategy, but because he has such a solid Slim 7.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, maybe because he crashed the first Slim 7, he's like not confident anymore. I mean.
Yeah. Maybe it's too big of a risk because he has 2 crashes and just 2 scoring
I
tricks.
don't know. He has that. I would say he has the Slim 7 more
better.
solid
Yeah,
than the double Hindenburger. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see also here.
He's
Hindenburger
in second
5.
right now, so Jamaria in first, third Arthur Gilbert. So, yeah, so far it's been a good heat, but not the full potential of the riders. I would say
it
like
hasn't been like really like the wow.
they can definitely do better, and hopefully we're gonna see a couple more bangers towards the end.
Yeah. I feel Antar is not really getting his heat together, but
No.
is it still possible for him to win this heat?
It
Well,
will be very tough. He needs a couple of.
he basically used 3 jokers already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with that 3.7, that's definitely
So
not.
from now on, everything has to be a banger. Like
yeah,
It's be 8 plus.
at
Yeah.
least, yeah.
Okay.
Like 8.5 plus, I would say.
7.5, 8 plus.
There we
I
have
would say.
Kokolutu coming in. Full speed, right foot forward. On the 30-meter duotone taking off. Backside
back
207.
screws.
Oh, no!
Why?
Why, man? He had the same feeling as we had on the
Shit.
couch. here.
Just missed the bar
Oh,
there.
he grabbed the chicken
Oh.
He
loop?
says he grabbed the
no.
chicken loop.
No, he was.
Or maybe. Let's see the replay here.
I want to see the replay, and I think he's looking at the judges actually.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
wonder-
go
No,
on
but
the
he
point.
he landed with nothing in his hands. no?
He said he landed a chicken loop. Like he
Maybe it was
pointed at the
osmosis.
he pointed at the judges.
Osmosis.
Maybe he landed and then he just grabbed the chicken loop.
Yeah.
Let's see
Let's
the.
do it
Okay,
again,
we get a
let's do it
replay
again.
here.
Okay, here we
Oh,
go.
but it was definitely sick. Like everything was perfect,
It
and
looked
then
so easy. It goes bang.
So we'll take off first,
Here.
second.
It misses.
No, he missed.
Oh,
oh,
yeah, he has the
yeah,
chicken
he
loop
has
there.
the chicken loop.
yes, he has the chicken loop
has the
there. He
chicken
has
loop.
the chicken loop.
But that was.
Yes.
But I think he landed and then it came back into his arm
I
because he
don't know, it
landed and he
looked
didn't.
really
He missed
weird.
it, and then it bounced back up and then he grabbed
but
the chicken
isn't
loop.
that like osmosis or? would it-
I think it's
that-
considered a crash.
But
So,
because he
I
landed
don't know.
perfectly.
We didn't get.
You
the
have
score
to
yet.
grab the actual chicken loop and then land it. Then it would count. But he landed without.
and
It
then
bounced
grabbed it.
up and then he grabbed
Yeah.
it.
Man,
So
we need to see
it-
this
we
replay
need to
again.
see this again.
Can we see the
But-
replay again?
I'm not sure. Did the score come up already? Because normally now the judges should take their time.
It was a
to watch
crash.
the-
It was a
it
crash?
was a crash.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
another
another
crash,
crash.
from Antar.
Man,
yeah, Antar not feeling it today.
I'm curious, huh? But I think what
Oh,
you're saying,
so-
Yuri, is right.
Yeah.
He sort of
Yeah.
landed and bang, and suddenly it's in his
It's
hand.
in his hand, yeah.
It's like, yes, I got it.
Surprise.
Magic trick,
Yeah.
magic trick, like.
Because we can see like he on the second pass he missed it, boom, land, poof, and then suddenly it's in his hand. So
Yeah.
as soon as the board touches the water, that defines the landing, and then it should be in your hand.
See
I think-
Antar changing kite there.
Antar.
I wonder if he's changing to bigger or smaller.
I guess
Let's
so.
see
I
here.
mean,
Val goes
Smaller.
out, left foot forward. So
Wow, and the
Oh.
backside 7 from Jamaria was like right in front
insane,
of us. I
It
mean,
was the
it looked
perfect
so
view.
good from the studio.
there you go, Slim 7.
Crashing
Oh,
it.
get a
Guys
crash.
went up
Yeah, he
straight up,
definitely
huh?
lost
Yeah,
this.
Pierre, he says as well, as much as I want to see him to win, it looks like a crash. Yeah, in the end, the judges decided that there was a crash as well. Fortunately, there for Val. I think the kite was just a little bit too high,
Yeah.
too much pressure on it, and just ripped out of his hand.
And Val's also one of these riders that passed the bar really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see.
Arthur,
He only needs a
317.
4.8.
3-7.
solid.
Yeah, so maybe this moves him up, to first place.
Wait, how much? Oh, yeah,
4.4.
4.4 for sure.
Oh yeah, you see here everybody on the beach checking out
Lucas
scores.
Ferreira
And
and,
this is
Seb
this is
Garat.
cool, because Arthur Gilbert suddenly, I think he's moving up to first now after
Yeah.
landing this trick.
First place, leading by 2.96. Jean-Marie needs a 6.97 to win. Valgarat needs a 7.2 to win. Unfortunately, Antar, he's very far behind, so he has
Antar has 2 more attempts.
he
You
has
never know
2
with
more
Antar.
attempts, so he can definitely score like 2 9s. It could be far up suddenly.
Yeah.
I would
Uh,
say now he just has to go full in.
All in,
and
yeah. He has nothing to lose anymore.
Yeah.
No.
He's sitting in 8th place in the overall ranking, or in this event's ranking right now.
Yeah.
The only thing for him is up. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
he has
Yeah.
nothing to lose.
So 7.43 there for Arthur Gilbert scoring for the 2 runs. There we have Kokoluta coming in
One more.
again. Come on.
Oh,
Poof.
there we go. Nice
That's
one.
it. Nice one there.
Nice, really
Not
nice.
as big, eh?
Not as big,
but
but
still a good one.
Still a good
And
one.
Yeah.
he needed a 6.97.
No, this, yeah,
I would
definitely.
definitely say it's a
Yeah.
6.97.
We see Francesca happy for.
Probably like a 7.9.
Yeah.
I would say 7.
And I mean,
maybe 8 even.
Even if we look back to the one before,
8-7, man.
8-7, wow.
8-7.
it
Oh,
wouldn't
that's really
it wouldn't
high.
have given him like a bigger score than a 5 or something. I think if we grab the chicken loop.
Ah,
No,
yeah.
It
It's still
doesn't-
not 100%.
Antar going
Antar,
for it.
ah.
3 on 5. No.
Probably wanted to go for the
7.
319
9.
like
9.
yesterday.
Like yesterday, yeah, that was insane.
I've actually never seen him do a 319.
No, it was
It was the first one on video, eh? You
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Well, he's done slim 9s before,
Uh,
but
But he landed the 319 actually the other day on the speed spot. He said this morning.
yeah?
So,
Oh,
yeah. So it was the first one in competition. He was like, yeah, it's actually not that hard. So unfortunately, with that crash, chances for Antar to win this heat are actually over. He still has 1 more attempt. Even 3rd place actually, he needs a combo for that. So
Yeah.
so unfortunately, that's not going to be enough. For the other guys, it's still open. Valentin Garat now, is that his last attempt? Yeah, that is his last attempt. He needs 8.94 for
The win.
first, 7.2 for second. A slim 7,
Yeah.
I would say probably is
It's enough, huh?
enough. A good one could score at 8.94 for first
Yeah.
place.
But it looks like he goes for right foot forward.
but it has to be a good one. It
Has to be a good
a
one.
really good
Well,
one.
if we compare it with
But
the
he can,
backside
he
317 of Jamaria,
Yeah.
so the 8.7, so a good slim 7, it is more technical.
Yeah.
So
But I don't think he's gonna go for the slim 7. I think he
what else would he do? Backside
backside
317?
7. He landed it. He landed it a few times.
He does has a good one, but is that enough for a near
Well,
9? It's
No.
I mean, the one
But
from
for second place,
the Jamaria was
would be enough for
good,
second
you know,
place.
like
Yeah.
good kite position.
Yeah.
So it's hard to add another 0.3 on that.
Yeah.
Carlos had a 9 on it yesterday.
Yeah, that one was we have to say that conditions are a little bit different as well. Like yesterday was perfect flat water, perfect 12-meter weather. Right now the wind is a little lighter, a little bit more choppy. So I
Yeah,
guess
looks like
slim 7 again, huh?
Yeah, slim 7.
There it
There
goes.
we go.
Yeah, looks good.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Is
With
it
the
enough
loop. No, I wouldn't say
No.
it's enough. No.
Maybe for I think
for second? It is
second.
enough. I probably would say
I'm not
8.4.
sure because there was like a loop and the butt check
my guess would be a 8.4 or something.
at 8.4.
Yeah. I'm
7-4.
Oh, 7-4,
that makes
7.
him to second.
That makes him to second, yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely they took a lot down for the loop and the
loop
check
and the
actually.
check.
It was a shame because
Yeah.
until that point it was
It looked perfect.
It looked perfect.
I
Yeah.
think he just grabbed the bar a bit on the side, and this like.
So right now it's this was the last attempt. Was the last attempt from Valentin Garat, sitting in second right now, and actually Arthur Gilbert, he needs a 7.88 for first and a 6.42 for second. You would say a 6.42 for second or a 7.88. It's a reasonable,
I
easy
would
score,
say-
but it's
I would
still
say blinders, backside 2 and 7.
you need a pretty big trick for that. You know, if we
Yeah.
saw the slim 7, which was quite big, and just a little butt check and a loop on the end, only scoring a 7.47.
Yeah.
That means a 7.88 is still a fairly big trick.
But I think he can do like. Looks like he's coming in. That means I think he can do a backside 3 and 7
Backside
like
3 and 7, yeah.
like
It
Jean
would-
Maria.
It would definitely. That could even put him in first place.
Yeah.
Valentin Garat is in a pretty nerve-wracking position right now. He's sitting there in second, which would mean a 6th place overall in this event. But it's going to come down to the
you
last
can
2
see him
riders.
there, you can see him there really looking.
At Arthur.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.